John was an ordinary man living in a small town on Earth. He worked at a factory and liked to help people when he could. One day, he saw a poster at his local store. It said, "Please donate blood to save lives." John thought it was a good thing to do. He wanted to help others, so he decided to visit the blood donation center. The blood center was clean and quiet. Nurses smiled as John walked inside. They asked simple questions about his health and took some information. John felt calm. He had donated blood before. Nothing strange ever happened. When the nurse started to take his blood, John noticed something strange on the small tube attached to his arm. It had a tiny light blinking. John did not think much of it. Maybe it was just the machine's way to show it was working. After the donation, John rested for a while. He felt normal, so he left the center. On his way home, he felt a little tired, but thought it was because of work and the donation. That night, John was sleeping when suddenly, bright light filled his room. He woke up fast, his heart beating loudly. Outside his window was a large, glowing spaceship. It was unlike anything he had seen before. The ship did not make any noise. Then, a beam of light came through his window and pulled him up slowly. John was scared but could not move. Before he knew it, he was inside the spaceship. The room inside the ship was cold and bright. Strange machines lined the walls. John looked around, trying to understand what was happening. Soon a door opened and an alien walked in. The alien was tall and thin with blue skin. Its eyes were big and curious. John wanted to speak, but felt weak. The alien spoke in a calm voice, but the words came directly into John's mind. "Do not be afraid, John. You are safe here." John was shocked. The alien knew his name. "How do you know me?" he thought the alien explained. "Your blood has a special marker. It is very rare in the galaxy. You were chosen because of this." John tried to understand. "Chosen for what?" he asked in his mind. "For the future of many species," the alien replied. "Your blood carries strength and healing power. We need it to save lives in the galaxy." John felt confused. He thought, "I just gave blood to help people on Earth. Now aliens want my blood for something bigger." The alien showed John a screen with images of many planets. Some were dying and others were full of life. "Our species face extinction because of disease and war," the alien said. "Human blood can help us survive." John thought deeply, wanted to help, but he felt like a prisoner. "Can I go back home?" he asked. The alien nodded. "You will return soon. But first, you must learn about our world." Over the next hours, John met other aliens on the ship. Some looked friendly, others were serious. A young alien scientist named Kira took a special interest in him. Kira was small with green skin and bright eyes. She explained, "Humans are unique. Your DNA is strong and adaptable. It can heal wounds and resist many diseases." John listened carefully. He was proud but worried. "Why didn't you contact Earth first?" he asked. Kira said, "We tried. Your planet is busy with other problems. We had to act quietly." John understood but felt lonely. He missed his family and friends. Kira noticed and said, "You are not alone anymore. We will help you." Days passed as John learned about the galaxy and the challenges aliens faced. He found out there was a large list called the Breeding Registry that kept track of rare species like humans. John's name was on the list. He was shocked to see it. The registry was used to plan how different species could mate and share strong genetics to save their kind. John felt a mix of pride and fear. "Am I just a number now?" he wondered. One night, John talked to Kira honestly. "I want to help, but I don't want to be used." Kira smiled softly. "We respect humans and your choices. No one can force you." John felt better, but new challenges were ahead. He was not sure if he could trust all the aliens on the ship. Suddenly, an alarm rang. John and Kira rushed to the control room. A group of angry aliens wanted to take control of the ship and use humans without care. John stood tall. He knew he had to protect himself and others. With Kira's help, they planned to stop the attackers. John was no longer just a man who donated blood. He was now part of a larger story, one that could change the fate of many worlds. As the ship moved through Space, John looked out at the stars. He did not know what the future held, but he was ready to face it. After the alarm stopped ringing, John stood in the control room, heart still beating fast. Kira was by his side, her green eyes serious. The angry aliens had been pushed back for now, but John knew it was only the beginning. Ship wanted to treat humans with respect. John looked around the control room. Many strange screens showed different parts of the galaxy. Kira pointed to one of them. "This is our home system," she said. "Many species live here, but some want power, not peace." John nodded. "How do you keep peace then?" "Through talks and rules," Kira said. "But it is not always easy." John thought about Earth. People there had problems too. Wars. Fights, but most tried to live together. Maybe this galaxy was the same. Later, John was taken to a large room where many aliens waited. They were from different planets, shapes, and sizes. Some looked curious. Others looked cold. One of them, a tall alien with silver skin, stepped forward. He introduced himself as Lord Varen. His voice was deep and strong. "John, you are now part of the Galactic Registry. Humans are rare. Your kind can change the future of many planets," Varen said. John felt nervous. "What does that mean for me?" Varen smiled, but it was not kind. "You will be studied, your blood taken, and your genetics shared. It is for the good of many." John clenched his fists. "I don't want to be used like an object." Varen laughed softly. "Away. This is not a request, human. It is a duty." John looked around and saw others who agreed with Varen. The fear in his chest grew. Just then, Kira stepped forward. "Lord Varen, John has the right to choose. We respect human freedom." Varen looked at Kira coldly, but said nothing more. John felt hope rise inside him. Kira was his friend, and she fought for what was right. Over the next days, John learned more about the Galactic Registry. It was a system that planned how rare species could share their genes to save dying worlds. Humans were one of the last strong species. John also met other humans secretly brought here from Earth. They shared stories of confusion and hope. Together, they dreamed of a way home, but also wanted to protect their kind. John spent time with Kira and other kind aliens, who helped him understand the galaxy's problems. Some planets were dying because of sickness, others from wars. John thought, maybe my blood and genes can save lives, but I want it to be my choice. One day, Kira took John to a secret room filled with books and maps. "This is where we plan," she said. John looked at the maps of planets and stars. "It is amazing," he said. "But so many suffer." Kira nodded yes. "But we believe humans can help us heal." John smiled weakly. "I want to help, but how?" "By sharing your story," Kira said, "and by working with us, you can change the future." John felt a new strength. He was no longer just a man who donated blood. He was a bridge between Earth and the stars, but not everyone agreed. One night, John heard whispers and saw shadows. Moving near his room, a group of aliens planned to take control of the humans and use them without care, John told Kira. They knew they had to act fast. With the help of a few trusted allies, John and Kira created a plan to protect the humans. They trained quietly and prepared to stop any attack. John learned how to use simple alien technology to defend himself. He was surprised at how fast he could learn. The day came when the attackers tried again. This time, John and Kira were ready. The fight was tense but quick. John's courage and quick thinking helped stop the attackers. After the fight, many aliens respected John more. They saw that humans were not weak but brave. John realized he had changed. He was no longer scared. He was a leader. Days later, John was invited to meet the Galactic Council. This council was made of leaders from many planets. They would decide the future of John and the humans. John felt nervous but ready. Kira stood by him for support. At the council hall, John saw many different beings. Some looked friendly, others serious. The council leader spoke. "John, you represent a rare and important species. Your presence here means much to the galaxy." John took a deep breath. He spoke. "Clearly, I want to help save the galaxy, but humans must be free to choose. Respect and friendship are the only ways to true peace. Some council members nodded, others looked unsure. John told stories of Earth, of people helping each other even when things were hard. He spoke about the importance of trust, not control. After John finished, the council debated. Voices rose and fell. John waited, hoping his words made a difference. In the end, the council agreed to protect humans and let them decide how to share their gifts. John's bravery had helped change minds. John felt proud, but knew there was more work to do. He wanted to bring this message back to Earth and prepare humans for their new role in the galaxy. Back on the ship, Kira smiled. "You did well, John. You showed the galaxy what humans really are." John smiled back. "Thank you, Kira. I could not do this alone." John looked out the window again. Stars shone bright, and he felt ready to face whatever came next. He was no longer just a man who donated blood. He was a part of something bigger, a hope for the future of many worlds. After the council meeting, John's life on the ship changed. He was no longer just a prisoner or a strange visitor. Many aliens looked at him with respect, some with curiosity, and a few with fear. John still missed Earth, but now he felt a new purpose. One morning, Kira came to John's room with a serious look. "John, there is something important you must see," she said. John followed her to a quiet part of the ship. They entered a large room filled with glowing screens and floating holograms. On one screen was a list of the Galactic Breeding Registry. John stared at the names. Many were strange alien species, and some were humans, including his own. Kira explained, "This list is a plan for the future. It shows who will mate with whom to protect the strongest genes. Humans are rare and very valuable." John felt a strange mix of pride and fear. "So, this is why I was taken?" "Yes," Kira said softly. "Your blood shows traits that can help many species survive." John thought about what this meant. "Am I just a tool for others now?" Kira shook her head. "No, John, you have a choice. This list helps plan, but no one can force you. Your freedom is important." John was glad to hear this, but still worried. The idea of being on a breeding list felt strange and scary. Over the next days, John learned about the different species on the list. Some were large and strong, others small and smart. All had rare genetics that the galaxy wanted to protect. John met with other humans who were also on the ship. They shared their fears and hopes. Some wanted to fight to go home. Others wanted to help save the galaxy. John felt a new sense of responsibility. He knew he had to protect humans and help them understand their place in this huge galaxy. One day, Kira took John to a peaceful garden inside the ship. Strange plants from many worlds grew there. John liked the calm and beauty, Kira said. "This garden is a reminder that life is fragile but strong. We must work together to keep it safe." John looked at the plants and smiled. He thought about Earth and the green trees there. But not everyone on the ship was kind. John heard whispers of a group called the Shadow Faction. They wanted to control the registry and use rare species for power, not help. John told Kira about this danger and decided to warn the council soon. The council called a meeting. John spoke again, telling the leaders about the Shadow Faction and their plans. Many council members were shocked and angry. They promised to stop anyone who tried to harm the registry or use species unfairly. John felt proud to help protect not just humans, but all rare species. After the meeting, John and Kira worked with the council to improve safety on the ship. They set up guards and new rules to keep everyone safe. John also trained with a group of aliens who taught him how to defend himself. He learned new skills and felt stronger every day. One night, John looked at the stars through the ship's window. He thought about Earth and the life he left behind. He knew his journey was far from over, but he was not afraid. He had friends and allies now. John understood that the galaxy was a big place with many dangers and wonders he was ready to face. The challenges ahead to protect humans and help build a better future. John had grown stronger and wiser since arriving on the alien ship. He had learned about many species, the Galactic Breeding Registry, and the dangers from those who wanted to misuse humans and other rare beings. But despite all this, John still hoped for a way back to Earth someday. One morning, Kira came to John with a serious face. "John, I have news," she said. "Some allies on a nearby planet have sent us a message. They want to meet you." I was surprised. "Why me?" Kira smiled. "Because you represent humans." Your words at the council moved many. "They want to talk about how to protect rare species, especially humans." John felt nervous, but also hopeful. Maybe this was a chance to make new friends and learn more about the galaxy. A few hours later, John boarded a smaller shuttle with Kira and a few trusted aliens. The shuttle flew through the stars and landed on a green planet with tall trees and clear skies. John felt a little like Earth. Waiting for them was a group of aliens from different worlds. They greeted John warmly. Their leader, a calm alien, named Terran, spoke first. "John, we know humans are rare and special. Our planet faces dangers, and we want to help protect all species together." John listened carefully. Terran explained how some planets were losing their native species because of war and disease. The breeding registry helped plan to save them by sharing strong genes. John asked, "But what if some want to use others only for power? How can we stop that?" Terran nodded. "This is why we need trust and strong alliances. We must work together."
Ow.
Felt proud. He realized he was no longer alone. Many beings wanted peace and protection. During the visit, John and the aliens talked about plans to improve safety for all species on the registry. They discussed sharing knowledge and technology. For healing and defense, John shared stories about Earth, how people cared for nature and each other despite problems. The aliens were interested and inspired. After a few days, John returned to the ship with new hope. He felt ready to face any challenges ahead. But when they arrived, things were not peaceful. The Shadow faction had grown stronger. They had secretly taken control of part of the ship and were forcing some rare species into dangerous situations. John and Kira quickly gathered allies. They planned to stop the Shadow faction before more harm was done. The battle was tense. John used the skills. He learned and helped protect many species. Kira worked with the ship's defense systems. In the end, John's group won. The Shadow faction was stopped and punished by the council. John felt tired but proud. He knew the fight for freedom and respect was not over, but this victory was important. After the battle, the council praised John for his bravery. They asked him to help lead a new group to protect rare species across the galaxy. John accepted. Felt a new responsibility, but also excitement. He could help not only humans, but many others. Days passed, and John worked with Kira and other leaders. They created plans for better protection, shared technology, and peaceful cooperation. John thought about Earth often. He wanted to return and tell people about the galaxy's wonders and dangers. One evening, John stood by a window looking at the stars. Kira joined him. "Do you miss home?" she asked gently. John nodded. "Yes, but I also feel at home here now. I have a purpose." Well, I'm with also I want on all in with her. I want, I die, I will want her, right? I will run away, we run, when die, I gar, I'm alright, I'm gonna, I am alright, awesome cry, why, where I would, we will help you find a way back someday. John felt grateful. He knew the road ahead was long, but believed in a future where humans and aliens worked together. As the ship moved through space, John looked ahead with hope. He was no longer just a man taken by chance. He was a leader, a protector, and a symbol of peace. John had become a respected leader among many alien species. His courage and honesty at the Galactic Council had earned him new friends and powerful allies. But the galaxy was still full of danger and uncertainty. One morning, John woke to a call. From Kira, "John, something important is happening. The Council has received new information." John hurried to the meeting room. Their council members showed a star map with a new threat, a group of alien warlords. Planning to attack rare species and take control of the registry, John's heart beat faster. This was the biggest danger yet. The council asked John to lead a team to stop the warlords before they could harm innocent species. John agreed without hesitation. He knew this mission was risky, but protecting life was worth it. He prepared carefully with Kira and other trusted allies. They studied the warlords' plans and ships. When the time came, John's team boarded their ship and followed the warlords into a dark, distant part of space. The warlords' fleet was large and armed with dangerous weapons. John's team knew they could not win by force alone. John suggested a different plan. "We will use our brains and talk first. Maybe we can avoid a war." The team agreed and sent a message to the warlords, asking for a peaceful meeting. To everyone's surprise, the warlords accepted. At the meeting, John spoke honestly. He told the warlords about the registry and how it helped save many species. He explained how violence would only cause more suffering. The warlord leader, a fierce alien named Drac, listened carefully. He was known for his strength, but also for his wisdom. Drac said, "We want power, but we do not want to destroy the galaxy." "Your words make me think." John saw a chance and said, "Join us to protect all species. Together, we are stronger." After long talks, Drac agreed to stop his attacks and work with the council. John felt hope grow inside him. Peace was possible. Back on the ship, John and Kira worked to strengthen the registry's protections. They helped species heal and share knowledge. John met many rare beings and heard their stories. He felt proud to be part of this great effort. One evening, John received a message from Earth. It was a simple note, but meant the world to him. His family and friends had not forgotten him. John smiled and promised himself he would find a way back home soon. He also promised to keep fighting for peace in the galaxy. John knew his journey was not over, but with courage, kindness, and hope, he believed anything was possible. John stood on the bridge of the alien ship, staring out into the endless stars. After months of adventure, danger, and discovery, he was no longer the same man who had walked into a blood donation center on Earth. He had become a symbol of hope and unity for many species across the galaxy. His journey had not been easy. John had faced fear, betrayal, and uncertainty. He had been taken far from home, placed on a breeding registry without his knowledge, and forced to navigate strange worlds. But through it all, he found courage inside himself and friendship among aliens he never imagined meeting. Today, the Galactic Council had called a special meeting. They would decide John's fate and the future of humanity's place in the galaxy. John entered the Grand Hall, where leaders from hundreds of planets waited. The air was tense, but respectful. Many eyes were on him. The council leader, an ancient alien named Seller, spoke first. "John, you have shown bravery, wisdom, and heart. Humans are now known throughout the galaxy. What do you wish for your people?" John took a deep breath. "I want humans to be free to choose their future. To help other species, yes, but never as slaves or objects. Respect and friendship must guide us." The council members murmured in agreement. Some stood to applaud. John continued, "I ask for a chance to return to Earth, to share what I have learned, and to prepare humanity for the stars." Seller nodded. "Your request is honorable." The council agreed to grant John safe passage home and to open communication between Earth and the galactic community. As John left the hall, Kira met him with a warm smile. "You did it, John." John smiled back. "We did it." Soon preparations began for John's journey back to Earth. The ship was equipped to carry him safely through the vast galaxy. Before he left, John visited the garden one last time. He touched the strange plants and thought of home. "Thank you for helping me grow," whispered. On the day of departure, John stood on the ship's deck. Friends and allies gathered to say goodbye. John felt a mix of joy and sadness. Eager to see Earth again, but knew he would miss this new family. The ship's engines hummed as it lifted into space. John looked out at the stars, his heart full of hope. After days of travel, the ship approached Earth's solar system. John felt a thrill as the blue planet came into view. The ship landed quietly near John's hometown. He stepped out, breathing the fresh Earth air. His family rushed to him, tears and laughter mixing. John told them stories of the galaxy, the alien friends, and the Great Council. People listened with wonder and disbelief. John knew his life had changed forever. It was a bridge between Earth and the stars, a symbol of peace and strength. He promised to help Earth prepare for the future, to protect humanity's place among the stars. John looked up at the night sky. It's filled with stars and endless possibilities. He smiled, knowing this was only the beginning.